What's up, Guru Gang? Welcome to the Inner Sanctum. I'm your Guru. Come on in, sit, stay, relax, put your feet up, grab a couple snacks, have yourself a hot or cool beverage, your choice, your prerogative. My sanctum is your sanctum. And enjoy my reaction episode number 12, a continuation of the OG series, Quantum Leap, now starring Raymond Lee as Dr. Ben Song. And this episode is titled Let Them Play. And coming up from the last episode, it was basically a time loop that Ben was stuck in as he found himself dying after an explosion from a nuclear plant, a secret lab that they were all in. And unfortunately, the team thought Ben died, especially Addison. She fell apart. Until they find out he's in a time loop. He's alive again, and they were able to help assist Ben in figuring out who the saboteur was, and that was the young scientist that was very close to Woosley, Robert Picardo's character. I believe some speculated that he was. The name was associated with Stargate, series Stargate. And in any case, at the end of the episode of episode 11, Leap, Die, Repeat, Janice basically provided Addison a name of who is possibly responsible for behind it. But unfortunately, it cut off. It ended without her Janice actually providing the name. So I'm looking forward to hopefully finding out what the name is in episode 12 and who has been leaped into. Before we get into the reaction part itself of episode 12, Let Them Play. If you enjoyed any of my content, whether it be from my Inner Sanctum channel or YG Anime channel for all things anime, link is right up there. Check that out. Help support that channel, which I greatly appreciate. Tip my hat to you. And like I said, if you enjoyed either content for your channel, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell in order to be notified of any future videos being posted on your channel. And when it comes to the full-length reaction of this episode, posted on my Patreon, and that full-length episode will also be will also be with my other social media links, and they'll be posted underneath this video in the description section and sync up on your end when it comes to that full-length reaction. And with that said, let's get into episode number 12 of Quantum Leap, the episode titled "Let Them Play." All right, here we go. Alright. Girls basketball game. Basketball coach. Alright. Ooh, injured ankle.
What do we do?
Oh, tie game. Clock ticking.
Time out.
Good call.
Did anyone see what happened? I got the board and passed to Amanda.
It was a loose ball. Amanda tried to save it and went down. I just landed on it funny, that's all.
That's not all.
In 2012, the Lions lost this game. Marina Hills went to regionals.
Maybe we're here to win.
Of course we're here to win.
Coach, you can't take her out. Stanford is here scouting her. This is her game.
But look at her.
Pressure on her
Good.
to perform.
Do we have anyone else?
No. Everyone else is injured except...
23, come on.
No, Coach, you can't take me out.
Amanda, you play on that ankle again, you're out for good. 23, Coach.
All right. Let's go. G's getting in the game.
Alright, Jay's getting the game. Alright. Ball bucket. Alright. Oh. Booing.
Ben, geez, trans.
Oh, trans. Unfair advantage. Okay. From their view.
Whatever, Dad.
Dad. Okay.
And she's your daughter.
Oh, that complicates things. Her Carlos
What am I
Mendez.
doing here, Carlos?
It is a little weird, though, isn't it? Coach waits this long to put his own kid in the game.
She's an alternate. That's how alternates work.
She's been on the team all season.
Hey, you never had an issue before.
Don't.
I have an issue. I don't think it's fair.
Why? Because she's trans? Or because she took your shot?
I don't know. Both. Way to be a team player.
She's looking out for herself and that scout.
Word? I have to keep this whole school together, Mr. Mendez. I have budget cuts, the PTA, and the school board. Don't ask me to fight a culture war for your daughter. Ain't nobody got time for that. Team to regionals, keep your kid out of it.
Point of contention with the principal. Woohoo.
Auntie Amanda, baby.
I'm fine. I just wrapped it to be safe. She could have stayed in the game.
My only concern was her safety. You don't want your daughter playing with an injury.
Don't tell me how to parent my child.
Ooh.
I wasn't. Hey, is Gia in there?
Coach, you know she's not allowed to train with us.
Oh.
Somebody asked for a mop.
Okay, so everyone knew that she was trans.
Yeah, I mean, some families might not be completely open about their kids' transition, which is fine because it's actually nobody's business. I don't know for sports, but when Lake Hill Theater did Miss Saigon, they used a real helicopter. It was riveting.
Wait, did you go there?
No, I went to Rancho. We had Model UN.
But you knew her.
Well, I knew of her. She was legendary.
She only played because Ben put her in right now. As soon as she was on the court, Ziggy started updating.
I've invested by my own technology.
So Ian knew of her.
Putting his daughter in the game, Coach Crows played shorthanded. They lost and Gia ran away.
Oh, no.
Wait, no. They won the game.
I still remember Gia running away. I think what Gia needs now, more than anything, is an accomplice.
Like an ally.
No, allies, they sit in the bleachers, they wave a flag. An accomplice actually has skin in the game.
Sure it's the right spot?
According to Janice, 6 months before he left, someone named Dottie reached out to Ben
Dottie,
and told him he
okay.
was the parent.
Where'd this come from?
I hacked into the closed-circuit security video to confirm Janice's story.
Yeah, we're looking for Dottie.
Who's we?
Just some old friends.
That's funny, because I'm Dottie,
Ooh.
and we're not friends.
We have it from a reliable source that you spoke with this man, Dr. Ben Song, right here.
Well, I have it from a reliable source that my subversive poetry has gotten me on government watch lists.
Subversive poetry?
Come back tomorrow night, if you can handle a venti cold brew
Poetry
with truth.
slam.
Please, the date on this photo is March 13th, 2022.
Did you say March 13th? That was the week that
Does that date mean something to you?
Who are you people?
They
Tell us what you
transitioned?
know, we'll tell you what we can.
Come back to the poetry slam. We'll talk after.
I guess they're going to the poetry slam.
Where'd it go?
I, don't act like your phone hasn't been blowing up all night.
Why don't you go get washed up for dinner? I would have appreciated a heads up. I can't believe you put her in the game without checking with me first.
There was an injury in our team.
I care about the team. I care about our daughter. We have kept her out of the spotlight for
Oh,
a
she
reason.
didn't want her in the game.
Don't make me the enemy. You get to make her happy and I have to deal with the fallout. That is not fair. What am I supposed to do when she calls me from school in tears because she can't go from one class to the other without getting harassed? Too bad you had to miss the game for work again. No, she literally picked up the phone and asked about Gia's hormones. Like that's somehow normal or okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't think it would.
That's right. You didn't think.
It's putting a strain on their relationship, their
And now we're all
marriage.
gonna have to deal with the consequences.
Getting comfy?
Yeah.
Hardly. It's not exactly a playbook for the situation.
See what you did there, Coach. Miriam, Gia's mother, has been an advocate for Gia since day one. Took her to the trans care program at the LA Children's Hospital when Gia came out in the 5th grade. Apparently, Gia is the first out trans student that the school has had.
Basketball I can do, but what do I know about supporting a trans kid?
Probably just about as much as any other parent of a trans kid. She still runs away and they never find her. Or else she is going to be lost forever.
That's not good. That wouldn't be good at all.
So, Gia, I was thinking after breakfast, maybe we can go shoot some hoops. You know, just the two of us. We could.
Dad, what, am I 10? Besides, we have the car wash today.
Oh, right, the car wash. What?
It's your turn to take her to group this morning first. Don't forget.
Fun group.
You're always happy once we get there. You know how Margie is about the boosters. It would be different if anyone else were running the fundraiser, but if we don't help out, I'll be the one to never hear the end of it.
Plus, if I don't show up, it'll just reinforce the idea that I'm an outsider.
Hey. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you. I heard about the game yesterday. Congrats on the win. How are we feeling?
We're okay.
Well, look, you're not in this alone. You know the community is here for you. And I'm here for you, too.
I know.
Want to go hang out with your friends?
About Edward and Jacob.
Are you saying the odds may not be ever in her favor? I mean, who needs the Hunger Games when you got high school, am I right?
I just wish they'd stop talking about our son like there's something wrong with him. You hear all these
Kids and
things,
parents.
and you look at your kid, and you just want to keep him safe and see him happy, and they make up this boogeyman, you know, like there's some danger that has to be stopped.
The difficulty of navigating being a kid, being trans in high school
If they
and
just
life.
pause for
So.
a second, our babies growing up and changing, telling us who they are and who they want to be in the world. Isn't that what we all want for our kids? To shine their own light. Because I don't see the harm in that, but I do see the harm in trying to block it.
They're pretty great.
Trans kids are absolute magic. Of course, when you try to force them to be something that they're not.
Ian has his own story.
I'm going to tell you something, because I think if you don't hear it from me, then you might not notice it in time for someone else. When I was a kid, I tried to take my own life.
Ooh.
I mean, I was a child. I wasn't even 13. And I think on the outside, everything just, it seemed okay. And when the entire world just keeps telling you over and over again that people like you are not worthy,
Hmm.
Eventually you start to believe it.
Trying to find his own sense of identity.
I was one of the lucky ones, you know, I had a lifeline. I had the coding club. And for Gia, that is obviously basketball. Running away, obviously, looks different for trans kids, so I had to create an equation that would factor in increased risk of homelessness and of suicide and hate crimes. That doesn't even account for race or ability.
Thank you for sharing your story. And if things ever get dark, please know that I will be there for you.
Ian is a very interesting and complex and compelling character, not just a character who's plucky and throwing out those sarcastic whips.
You want us to come with you?
Gross.
Be careful.
I want to follow her.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna follow her.
Yep, being an overprotective dad. Protective dad.
Yo, come to our station.
What's with that side eye?
Oh shoot! It's Diana Taurasi in the flesh.
That final shot. It's all anyone can talk about.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No, for real, you were amazing.
Having fun at the car wash fundraiser with the teammates, gal pals. Oh, throwing eggs. It's a hate crime. These douche nozzles. Ooh, that's not good.
What are you doing? That is my car. I'm so
Oh, it had to be her car. The Karens.
Mom and I were watching from the car.
You were what? We have a zero tolerance for violence policy on this team.
Yeah, well, what's your policy for bullying?
Let's just go, please. We're going.
Well, she destroyed my property.
Gia!
Ziggy found out what happened to Gia. She dies out there alone.
Oh, that's
the
not
police
good.
misgender her body. That's why there was no record. That's why her parents could never stop looking for her. You have to stop her from running away, or else she's gonna be erased.
Principal Krieger's called an emergency meeting after school tomorrow to protect girls basketball. I am not gonna let her threaten either of you.
Dad, are you gonna lose your job?
She is right, Ben. Ziggy says Carlos Mendez is fired.
Oh, that stinks.
Gia, look, I know high school can be tough, but
Pa, what would you even know? Mr. Star Athlete, you were big man on campus.
Hmm.
right. Did I ever tell you about my friend Ben Song? He was his Korean kid in a school full of white kids, and he also
Using
felt
himself
very
as example.
different and alone.
I bet it sucked for Ben Song. But I have to fight every day just to be who I know I am while everyone else around me tells me I'm someone else. Even my own reflection.
Hmm. Alright, what the hell is this?
I gaze into the mirror.
I stare into the reflection of a future me I could never be, and I realize I'm the other.
What's that look, Magic?
And the other is me.
I am another, and the other is we.
Are you thinking
Magic has a realization. I don't know what.
We know why Donnie doesn't remember meeting Ben.
Okay.
has been significant community concern that Gia's participation on the team is not fair to the other girls.
Okay, let's not pretend these complaints are anonymous.
Okay, I might be one parent, but there are plenty of others
Karen.
that just aren't brave enough to speak up. When I was my daughter's age, we didn't have girls' sports. We had to fight for Title IX. So I'm not going to sit here as you take away women's sports because you think there's no difference between boys and girls.
You have no idea what we have been through as parents. Everything we have done to keep our daughter safe. The doctors, the therapists, the lawyers, the church groups.
What if I got a spot instead of you?
You know that's different. What do you want me to say?
I want you to say that you see me just like any other girl on the team. That I deserve a chance to play. That you want me out there on the court getting open so we can win.
I can't say all of that.
She has her mom in her head, so she's in a tough spot.
Do you really believe all that she's not one of us stuff?
We are on the same team.
Thank you. Hear that, y'all? Brandis and I are on the same team.
Whose decision was it to put her on the team in the first place?
We discussed Gia being on the team when the district offered Carlos his coaching job.
Yes, we agreed that she could practice with the girls privately.
What?
Oh no.
Gia,
please. No! I thought you had my back. No matter what, that's what you said.
I do.
You know what's cool? Telling me to wait my turn, knowing this whole time my turn was never gonna happen.
It's just so much more complicated.
No, it's not. I hate you.
This is all my fault.
Hey, I need you to calm down and help me find our daughter, all right?
Where are her favorite places? Somewhere she likes to hang out.
You don't let her hang out.
Right, we don't let her.
Protect the parents.
Is there somewhere she would go? Anyone she would call? Give me your phone.
Real talk, if you think that running around in these streets is the same thing as independence, you might want to look again at that definition.
I just want everyone to stop hovering over me all the time, making decisions for me about everything.
I get it. It's rough. I have to tell you, a lot of these kids out here, they don't have this luxury. I talked to your parents.
Trying to put some sense into her.
Was I out? Oh, yeah. Couldn't hide me. Was I in school? No. That wasn't a path that seemed available to me. Relied on my trans sisters and some aunties and gunkles along the way. No sugar daddies, though, unfortunately.
Were you part of a ballroom house?
Oh, yeah, I was.
What was it like?
Well, it wasn't all drag race or anything, I'll tell you that much.
She has someone to relate? A mentor of sorts.
So sorry, honey. I am so sorry.
Mom.
I didn't realize we were making things worse. We were just trying to protect you.
You said when the time was right, but you knew. Why can't you grown-ups just figure out how to make school safe for everyone?
We don't want you to have to carry this burden on your own.
Hey, look, maybe if you stop seeing her transness as a burden, then she won't feel like one.
And I'm sorry, it's so scary being parents of a trans kid. But you gotta get over it. Because your fear is not my responsibility.
Their overprotectiveness is smothering Gia, so.
We have a basketball game to get to if you're up for it.
But what about your job?
Hey, screw the job.
Being your parents is the most important job we have.
He'll risk his job to let Gia play.
Wow, we got you, girl.
Let's go.
And not, changing in the, janitor's closet in the girls' locker room this time.
So what I want to know is, are we a team? Not without Gia.
Girls' basketball team making a statement.
Are we a team?
Coach, you got your starting order?
Yep, right here.
Right on.
The ref is, uh-oh.
You're really gonna put your job on the line for this stunt?
You might not be willing to stand up for my daughter, but I've got a locker room full of screaming girls who aren't playing this game without her.
To achieve with this?
Well, Well,
standing up for what was right.
to go to regionals.
She has to get her head in the game.
Yeah, what's wrong?
Why did they let those people in here?
Don't worry about them. Just a few haters out of how many? How many people are here cheering for you?
Focused on the positive rather than the negative. Focus on that.
And no matter what happens from this point out, win or lose, regionals or not, I want you to give it everything
Ben
you've
going
got.
all motivational.
Basketball is no different from the rest of your life. You're wholehearted to it. Try and work hard as a team, but do not back down. Especially
Go on,
when you know
coach.
what's right. Now, what do Lions do?
We roar!
I said, what do Lions do?
Hey. You wanna watch a game?
Are you? Are you serious right now?
Come on.
This is so against the rules. Accomplice.
Is that your daughter? She's awesome.
She really is.
This is incredible.
The principal wanted me to come tell you to pull your daughter. But I can't do that. School sports are meant to teach students
All
life
right.
skills, build their confidence, and show them why
Define the principal.
Thank you.
Also, I'm the union rep. Try and fire you, I got your back.
Nice. The principal was probably still going to get fired for this. Shoot! There you go. 3 down. And he's leaping. They won.
Those feelings you described in your poem, that face you kept seeing, I had an experience like that too.
I lost time. The
Ooh.
week you say that photo was taken, I just don't remember.
He was leaped into.
What if I told you you were right? Let's say you did lose time for a week.
Ooh.
To everyone else, you were still Dottie, doing everything Dottie does. But did you ever stop to think about who was behind the wheel?
Are you kidding? I can't get them out of my head. I just keep drawing them.
Ho 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 ho, Ian. Ooh.
That's the person who was behind the wheel when I lost time.
So Ian was leaping? Ooh. Oh, Ben's a chef.
Almost 11:30. We're opening. Let's go.
All right. Order up. All right. Episode number 12, Let Them Play. This week's episode of Quantum Leap, and it deals with having a trans child. Ben leaps into a coach who has a trans child, who was a boy, now a girl. And even though I'm not well versed in the trans subject, I know it can be it's hard enough navigating your life as a teenager, trying to find your own identity in the world. But being a trans kid who's not only trying to navigate their way of life, especially in high school, but not fitting in quite not in society or your own body. It feels very comfortable as a girl instead of as a guy. And in this episode, we learned that Gia's parents basically sheltered her, protected her from the scrutiny, the pain, the controversy, and didn't help that her teammate's parent, parent's child, or what I'm trying to say is that there are obstacles that are placed in front of her. The principal, Gia's teammate's mom, who became a Karen, but ultimately became an ally. And by the end of this episode, she was so dead set against Gia playing that she became a Karen and trying to protect her own daughter's interests as she was trying to, as her daughter was fighting to play in front of scouts, and she got injured, and now that jeopardized her by putting Gia in, and though Ben was a scientist, he was a pretty good coach. Giving that inspirational speech at the end, near the end of the episode, rallying his team, his players into ultimately winning, and he leaped. Before he leaped, he saw that they won, and Gia making the final shot. And then and after he stood up for not only his daughter, but the team made a statement as well, not only to the principal, but everybody in the gym, that they will stand with Gia. And that was quite a nice cap on it when the union rep that was standing with not standing with, but just that was standing next to the principal, who was dead set against Gia playing. Who I'm suspiciously thinking that she'll get fired because the union rep was for Gia playing. So yeah, and during this episode we see Jen and Magic go to this slam poetry slam, and talk to this trans individual. And at first I was thinking in my head for some reason that it was Martinez. I don't know why, but that look that Magic got was finally realized that he was leaped into, and not Magic. Well, Magic was leaped into by Sam, but this individual was leaped into as well. And we find out from the picture that she shows Magic is of Ian. So it remains to be seen if the possibility that Ian actually leaped far into the future and into this individual. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how this all unfolds. Looking forward to episode 13 because apparently episode 13 Ben is a chef. So in any case, I hope you enjoyed my reaction to this episode. In any case, like I said, if you enjoyed this episode, this full length episode, we posted it on Patreon. That link along with my social media links is posted underneath this video in the description section. And if you enjoyed any of my other content, whether it be from Randy's Hank channel or YG Anime channel for all things anime, link is right up there. Check that out. Help support that channel. Just supporting this channel, which I greatly appreciate. Tip my hat to you. And like I said, if you enjoyed either content of the channel, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell in order to be notified of any future videos being posted on either channel. And with that said, tip my hat to you, and may the force be with you. Until next time for episode 13 of the OG series Quantum Leap. Alright?